Hello, everyone. Welcome to Durrett's Take. Let's get started. Um, as we know, the top 18 picks in the NFL draft for this upcoming April is all set. And something that I did is I looked through the quarterbacks that are coming out in this draft. Looked through the tops, top five or six, yeah, top six quarterbacks. And something that I'll do once the day is finalized of who enters in the draft and who does, as I'll come out with like, okay, these are the best wide receivers or these are the best D tackles ever, and kind of make my top 10 list for them and like where they should go, where they could aim type of thing. But as far as right now goes, I'm going to do the top six quarterbacks in the draft. And I made a list thinking, okay, this is where they could potentially be a good fit, and then also this is where they could end up being drafted. This could be realistic per se. Um, so let's get started with obviously Trevor Lawrence. He will go number one to Jacksonville. I don't care what people say about Clemson getting routed by Ohio State. Trevor Lawrence did except for that fumble, he did his job in that game. It was the defense and offensive line that let him down in that game. He's gonna, in my opinion, he can easily become like an Andrew Luck or something like that. Like he can easily be that type of guy, a Pro Bowler automatically. But anyway, so I think as far now, all depends on the coach that comes in there as far as how successful Lawrence would be. But there's no debate Lawrence number one. Um, and then because of the playoff performance, I think Justin Fields will most likely be the second quarterback taken overall. Um, and I and of course things could change through the combines and the interviews and stuff like that. Personally, I think Wilson might have a better career than Fields, but I think Fields will be a second overall just because that was in there going throughout this whole time, and then all of a sudden, real quick, there's a little doubt with that Northwestern Indiana game he had, but I think he's going to be second overall. And the team I think he's going to go to, a lot of people think it's the Jets, but I say he's going fourth overall to the Atlanta Falcons, and here's why. I think with the new coach and stuff, I feel like they're going to give Sam Darnold one more year to try to improve himself with a new coach and new staff, and also just give him a bunch of new weapons because they have two first round picks this year and then two second round picks. So they're gonna have a lot of good picks coming in. So I feel like they're gonna try to give Sam Darnold one more year. And then Miami could technically take a quarterback at 3 as well. I understand that, and it won't surprise me if that happens. But I just feel like with the new OC coming, I just feel like they're going to get to one more year, one more full year, one more full off season to kind of improve themselves. But in Atlanta, they will have Matt Ryan's contract to kind of deal with there. But I feel like Justin Fields, a homegrown native, he's from Georgia. He'll come in, learn. He doesn't have to play right away. He can learn from Matt Ryan for a year or two, and then bam, step in and have all those weapons. I feel like that's just a good fit for him. Now, of course, all depends on what coach and GM they hire, but I feel like that's a good fit for him. For Zach Wilson, he'll be the next one coming off board, and I think he's going to go to Carolina. So Cincinnati obviously is not taking quarterback. Philadelphia, you could, but I think they're going to give Jalen Hurts at least another year surrounded with better weapons, like they draft like Devontae Smith, Alabama receiver, or something like that. Give him more help there. And then Detroit is the only one that's like, well, Detroit could take Wilson over Carolina. I understand because they could be ready to move off Matt Stafford. And of course, it all depends on the coach and they hire. But I feel like um, they got they just have more issues than just the quarterback, in my opinion. So I feel like Detroit could be like, let's wait another year for a quarterback. Especially since Detroit might, especially with the rookie head coach, they might have even a better pick going into next year. So you never know. Um, yeah, so I have Carolina at 8, and here's why. So if you're Carolina, you have Breeze retiring. Tom Brady is going to play one or two more seasons, maybe, and that's it. And you know Matt Ryan's leaving soon. So yeah, all the good coaches like Sean Payton will still be there, Bruce Arians will still be there, type of thing. But it's like you're going to have a lot of the good quarterbacks now gone, which means it's a perfect position to come in and try to win division. Because like when you have Breeze and Payton right now, it's kind of hard to win a division. But like when you have a lot of new quarterback stuff and and stuff, I feel like it's a chance for Zach Wilson to come in and for Carolina to all of a sudden become contenders. Um, And Zach Wilson again, like Justin Fields, he wouldn't have to come and play right away. I mean, Bridgewater signed for 2 more years. You can start Bridgewater for another year, maybe two, but at least for another year. Have Zach Wilson kind of learn it under his belt, and then eventually be ready to take over. And also, after you draft Zach Wilson, you just draft heavily on the offense, get more weapons, but specifically, you got to improve that offensive line. And then if that happens and Christian McCaffrey stays healthy like that, then in 2 years you can say, whoa, these are going to be contenders. So that'd be a good fit for him. Trey Lance, I I feel like he's gonna I I feel like there's gonna be there like I said there are gonna be interesting things that are gonna. I feel like Trey Lance is gonna be drafted by New England, and here's why. So I think New England liked Cam Newton's athletic ability stuff like that, but obviously just Cam Newton can't pass for nothing. So that's a problem there, especially since they have no weapons in New England. So because they have no weapons, and it's going to take New England a while to kind of get weapons, that's where having that dual threat athletic quarterback will help. So I feel like that's where and plus they took in Jimmy Garoppolo, who's from an FCS school before, so they're not afraid to take small kids. So I feel like that's where the Patriots might take a chance on Trey Lance there and draft him, and then whether he starts right away or they re-sign Cam Newton for a year and have him start one more year before giving over Trey Lance, whatever. But I feel like that could potentially be a good fit there. Um, and then Mac Jones be next off the board. Um, I I actually no. So um, I feel like yes, I feel like Mac Jones will be off the board. And I feel like he would be a perfect fit. Um, I'm not sure what pick they're going to be yet. I mean, they're in the playoffs, but I I feel like they're going to go to Indianapolis, and here's why. So you have obviously Rivers going to retire very, very, very soon. And then we already know how they feel about Brissett. A very good backup quarterback, but not a starter. So you have the good offensive line. You have the good running back. You have good enough weapons. Your defense is good enough. So all you need is just the right quarterback. And I feel like Mac Jones can just come in. Maybe he learns from if Rivers can stay in that year or so, or even if they let Brissett start for a full year, kind of learn under his belt, then he can come in and be ready to produce right away. Um, and he'll be able to succeed. He'll have the chance to succeed right away. If he doesn't succeed right away, then that shows you how he's going to be as an NFL quarterback. Because, like I said, they got all the pieces you need. Um, but I feel like that could be a good situation, especially for Alabama quarterbacks in general. Because as we've seen, most Alabama quarterbacks who come in the NFL have not been doing well recently. Probably because they have a whole bunch of weapons and offense on their offense and Alabama stuff. So it's just they kind of play with enough players already. So it's not like they have to make a lot out of nothing, like some other quarterbacks who come and draft you. So we'll see, but I feel like that's a good fit for him. And then Kyle Trask, I feel like he would actually be a good fit in Chicago. Because I feel like, as we've seen, Trubisky, he had the Fool's Gold a couple games, but he's just not the answer. I don't think Trubisky is going to. And then obviously, we already say Nick Foles is not the answer to that either. And in Chicago, Trask would have an offensive head coach, and obviously at Florida, he had an offensive head coach, which he like. He has playmakers on the outside. Well, not great playmakers on the outside, like a Saints or a Buccaneers, or whatever, but he has enough playmakers on offense, especially at tight end, where he has very good depth of tight end, which he loves his tight ends, as you know. He loved Kyle Pitts, Florida tight end. So you know he's going to use those. They have a Super Bowl level defense. The coach may or may not be on the hot seat. He was on the hot seat a month ago, but may or may not be anymore. But I feel like, again, offensive head coach would be good for him. And then eventually, like Rodgers is going to leave soon, and then obviously Kirk Cousins, Minnesota, and obviously Detroit's not scaring you, so that would be a perfect division to come in and be in. Um, and, so I feel like that would just be a good situation for us to go to Chicago, and hopefully he could be the next quarterback for Chicago since they've been struggling picking those recently. So there you go. So to repeat myself, Trevor Lawrence, obviously Jacksonville, Justin Fields going 4th overall Atlanta, Zach Wilson 8th overall Carolina, Trey Lance 15th overall in New England, Mac Jones Indianapolis, and contrast Chicago. And now to talk about some NBA stuff real quick. So I made some updated predictions, but after seeing a couple more games, it's just like this is super hard to predict. So as of right now, I'm not gonna keep on making update predictions, like I did with the NFL. Like every 2 or 3 weeks, I make update projections. Like I'm not gonna do that with the NBA as of right now. I'm gonna wait a while just because there's so many like different factors. Shit, like for example, like the Magic look good. I didn't expect that. The Knicks look good. Didn't expect that. The Cavs look good. Didn't expect that. Um, the Raptors look horrible. Did not expect that. Like there's so many different factors here. The West is actually starting. I mean, Denver's right now only 3 or 4, not doing the best. But like besides Denver, maybe like Houston. Um, it's like the West is starting to actually already shape it to what I thought it was going to be, but the East is just a complete utter mess right now. So it's just kind of hard to predict that. So that's why I'm not going to make any predictions. But it'll be interesting to see what continues to happen. Like, does New York continue to be good under Tom Thibodeau? Does Atlanta continue to be good under Trae Young and that crew? Does the Magic continue to be good under Fultz and Buttigieg? So we kind of see what happens there. So that's it for today. On my next podcast, I'll be going over my wild card predictions. Thank you very much for listening to my podcast today. Please subscribe to my channel. Tell everyone about me. Thank you very much. You have a wonderful day.